co-main, which ended up needing to be well, I can't disrespect Joseph Parker, but
we disrespect Joseph Parker last weekend, and I apologize. And I'm the first one to apologize when I was wrong. One time.
I apologize because he started saying stuff and it got my energy going.
So I apologize.
And so I jumped on what he was saying.
You dragged him in, huh?
Yeah, it's Deontay Wilder. Even when it's over, it's not over. I'm like, Deontay, this 12 round, I know you're going to get him out of there, D. Come on, D. I know. Come on, here we go. It's just Deontay Wilder, but it's just, man, I feel like, Malik Scott doing a hell of a job. But at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder's a killer.
Yeah.
Let that killer go.
Yeah.
Let that pit bull off the chain and go up there and do his work.
Yeah.
A lot of boxing. I never seen Deontay
A lot of movement, huh?
A lot of extra movement that I felt wasn't needed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I felt wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Got caught one time, then said it was up to his mom in the front row, and then
no, he didn't.
He got caught one time. I wasn't sure if it was just, he was hurt, but he like
nah.
You didn't see when he got hurt and he got hit.
No.
And it looked out the ring, Shawn. Yeah. And then Joseph Parker continued to go in. And I'm like, D, what you doing, man?
No.
What you do? Yeah.
I missed that.
Oh, you didn't see when he got hurt?
No, I didn't see when he reached out the ring. And
he just pointed. He looked and pointed. And then Josh seen that opening and just went to work.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, Joseph Parker is a good fighter. He's not a great fighter, but he's a good fighter.
Yeah.
And
I know he was good.
The problem is that Deontay Wilder, we've seen before him lose a number of rounds in a fight, but it always happens, right?
And he ain't Luis Ortiz, and he ain't. And so we just kind of.
So I was saying, ninth round, I got nervous.
Right.
That's when I started getting nervous.
Well, we got nervous because of the way he was fighting.
Yeah.
He wasn't setting down his punches, correct? He was moving so much that there was never a moment where he was actually, and he did land a couple of counter right hands that were pretty good, but even those he wasn't really set when he landed them. So we knew he wasn't in position so much to land, and he did land a couple of decent shots that Parker took. So you're right. Once you reached the point, the way he was fighting, you started to think, okay, is this going to happen? The 8th or 9th round, you started to start to feel that way because in so many fights before he had, lost rounds and then still gotten a knockout done. But in this instance, and by the way, I think Andy Lee's a really good trainer. And I think that helped Joe Parker. I think they came up with, a good way to try to neutralize the right hand.
Sure.
And plus Wilder just didn't throw it very often.
Wilder didn't throw it. And so here's my thing.
Yeah.
I just thought that Wilder was coming to the ring with a jab.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was coming to the ring with a double jab and a right hand.
I agree.
I thought Wilder was coming to the ring with a 1 and a 2.
I agree.
And I thought he was going to be throwing a lot.
Yes. Yeah.
Based on
basics, Shawn.
Just the basics.
That's all you need, dude.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to be doing that based on knowing Malik Scott, based on knowing how much Malik Scott drills.
Of all the people. I mean, he's been with 2 trainers. God bless Mark Breland, who's also a good trainer, even though they had a bad parting. Jab, jab, right hand. That's what he didn't like. That's what Malik Scott didn't like.
Yeah.
That's the guy they have.
Yeah.
He does have a decent left hook and okay uppercut, but let's be honest, he's got height, reach, and the biggest right hand on the planet. So, yeah.
Yep.
What is he, 38, 39?
Yeah, 38.
38. Yeah. It's easier to teach a 8-year-old how to do a backflip than it is to teach a 38-year-old how to do a backflip.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line here. Where I'm thinking they in the lab. I done bought into that. They down in Alabama. They in Cali. They working. They just working. And I'm excited. Then got myself all hyped up to see this man perform the way I thought he should have been performing years ago.
Right.
And we didn't get any of that because you can't teach a 38-year-old how to backflip. That's the bottom line.
You would think that for him, though, personally, beyond the jab and the right hand should be like wired to his brain, shouldn't it? Based on his body physique.
Based on who he is.
That's what you go to.
It would almost seem odd to me that wouldn't be the one thing that you would be doing all the time forever in your boxing career.
You've been around boxing long enough. You've heard this terminology, the jab hand being the jab arm being the broomstick.
Exactly, yeah.
when you're that tall, you got a broomstick and you got to use it. And it's like...
And, we all know boxers who have terrific certain strengths, whether it's Joe Frazier's left hook or, again, people's right hand, or some people like Subriel Matias. He does lots of great things. But, boy, when he throws that uppercut, he's monster, right?
Yeah.
So we all have these different things. And, I think to myself, that's the thing that they want to do the most. It's like we all play. I mean, I played. You play bad. You guys like basketball, and I remember playing years and years of basketball. And you find one thing that you can do, and man, you want to do it every single time. You find that 12-foot bank shot that you can't miss. You want to get there.
Oh, you old school with the bank shot.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan, the big fucking middle.
This one will tell you, right? David Denkins, the producer of Showtime Boxing.
Yes.
We played basketball for years and years together, and he used to call me Chet Walker. That was his thing. Remember Chet Walker? Ancient guy, played for the Bulls. All he would do is get to a spot, and he averaged 20 points a game, get to that spot, bank shot from about 16 feet. Anyway, but the point is, if you could do something really well, right, you want to do it. So it's odd that he doesn't.
All credit to Joseph Parker, man.
Yeah, he fought a really good fight.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, let's cover Joseph Parker, and then I'm gonna go back to Wilder.
I was impressed how he was able to get inside so much.
Yeah,
that was the one thing I was like, dang, they keep him out there with the jab, but he was able to get inside, and it was smart, even when he was catching punches. And I got so much faith in Deontay Wilder's right hand. I'm like, that don't mean nothing. He about to get punched out through the gloves.
Yeah.
It was nothing. I never thought the fight was over.
I guess maybe a good fight moving forward would be Joseph Parker, and I'm going to keep calling him Triple D.
Yeah, that's a good fight.
That's a good fight.
And I don't
moving
think
forward.
they've ever fought. Parker's fought most of the other heavyweights. He's never fought Dubois. That'd be a great fight. I'd love to see that.
That's
fight.
your job. You do the matchmaking, but you wasn't ready, so I had to do it for you.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll call it both for your promoters.
I didn't. So here's the thing. I didn't think that Joseph Parker was done. I didn't think that he was at the end of his career or anything like that.
No.
I just simply thought
it's Deontay Wilder. That's the thing, Sean. It's Deontay Wilder, and he carries the strongest right hand walking the planet Earth right now.
But Joseph Parker showed that he is legit.
Yeah.
And we've seen Parker get hurt with straight right hands before against, what's his name? I forgot the guy. I just forgot his name. He beat Dubois. I'm blanking on his name.
Jarrell Miller?
No,
he beat you.
The other older heavyweight who lost to Zhang. Zhang.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm blanking.
Joe Joyce? No.
This is terrible, right? I'm having a bad moment here. I guess neither of us, none of us.
Y'all know I don't watch boxing. So
now you don't watch boxing.
Y'all know I
That's
watch
crazy
boxing,
how you just took yourself out of it.
So we all know who we're talking about, but yeah, he hurt Parker badly with the right hand. Yeah, we'll find him in a second.
Listen, Genuine hit me up after when the fight was ending, and we're just talking about the fight, so on and so forth. And as the fight was ending, when the bell rang, Deontay put his hand up in there.
Yeah.
And G was
so
like,
what do you think of that?
Exactly. G was like, yo, why he put his hand up? He got his hand.
Yeah.
I said, G, you don't know what we fighters know.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, we still get our check.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, let's rewind back to last year when he fought on Fox. And he was telling us that he was planning on fighting 5 or 6 times, 4 to 5 times in the next year if he could. He's had one fight in 1 year. He held out all this time to go to Dubai and get Dubai money. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I'm just simply saying when the hand goes up at the end of the night, we got to recognize that this man been out of the ring for over a year. So it was only so much we could expect from him anyway.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he got paid.
Right.
So at the end of the day.
So that's almost a sign that, guess what, I'm here. And even in his interview afterwards, there was almost, you got the feeling, hey, if I move on, I move on. If I don't, I'm okay with this. You got the sense from him that he'd accomplished he'd gotten another little milestone by getting over there and getting that, what turned out to be a very big
And sometimes that's goals for fighters and for people in general.
Yeah. Sure.
A goal for me was to be able to fight in England. Didn't happen. But a goal for him was to fight in Dubai. I already know that. To make the kind of change that he made going over, I have no clue how much he made. I know
it was significant.
It's Dubai. So I know it was significant.
Got to be a significant amount of money.
It's significant. But here's the thing. When the fight was over and somebody said to me, it's over, he ain't got it no more. I said, no, well, it's not that he don't have it no more. He kind of never really truly had it. It's just the smoke and mirrors. We saw him knocking out guys and we thought that, hey, he's a knockout artist. We saw him knock out Luis Ortiz being down on the cards twice. And then, we saw him floor Tyson Fury. We just believe so much in that right hand. But when the right hand doesn't land, we see that you truly are not a great boxer.
He is who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think anybody honestly, and this, I don't think this is being anti-Deontay Wilder or anything. He wasn't the most well-rounded boxer on the planet. Never was. He started late in boxing. Yeah. He started very late in the sport. And so that wasn't going to be his strength. It was, but he had the power, and that got him through.
Give or take, if he's done, he had a Hall of Fame career.
In some ways, yeah.
You got it. He had over 10 defense of the world title.
Yeah.
You got to say he's had a Hall of Fame career. And he did it off one hand.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's impressive to me.
You go.
Well, people used to say that Joe Frazier did it off one hand with his left hook, which for the most part was true, although he had a real good jab coming in, and he did have, and he was a more nuanced fighter than, let's say, even Wilder. He had more. There was a lot. I mean, people tend to denigrate. You know this very well. People denigrate fighters who are aggressive, come forward fighters as if that's not boxing. It is, because you perfectly, for example, you're doing a lot of different things to get to that point. Yeah. You're doing a lot of different things once you get there.
I tell people all the time, if you didn't like the way I fought, I'm sorry. But it got me wins and it kept me safe. My aggressive style actually kept me safe in the ring.
Yes, and if they were going to watch carefully, they would see you throwing left hooks the way you're supposed to throw a left hook. Maybe it wasn't from way back and it didn't land like Nonito Donaire's left hook on Darchinian or something. Yeah. But you were throwing the right punches. It's just that you were doing something different. But fighters have with one punch gotten pretty far, right?